What's going on? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, and more, man. How's everybody doing tonight? This is Ice from the Word is Yours Entertainment. Appreciate everybody for tuning in with us with the Mundo Podcast E7 S2. We got special guest King Baby tuning in with us tonight, man. Appreciate y'all for hopping in with us. King Baby will be here shortly. And, we're going to chop it up with a man, really dope artist from the city of Houston. He's got the reggae vibe with some classic hip hop. Hip hop mix all in between, man. So we're tuning in. So I'm waiting for King Baby to come get in the building with us. How's everybody doing tonight, man? Just wanted to chop it in with everybody, see how everybody's doing before we get started. Last week's episode was a really good show. Next week we got more guests coming, so we appreciate everybody for tuning in with us on a Thursday night. First and foremost, congratulations to everybody that completed their year of school, whether you graduated high school, college, first grade, second grade, elementary, man, keep pushing yourself to be the best you can be. Your education is going to be very important to you in the future. So want to give a huge shout out to everybody, all the graduates that, completed their year this year, especially to my daughter. She graduated from college and is now going to the University of Houston. So, man, much love to you, baby. I love you so much. And then, all my kids for completing their year of school, man. And all the kids out there, man. Shout out to all the parents that are out there pushing their kids and trying to be there for their kids and, help pushing them to the future. It means a lot. It really does a lot. So I just want to get on, man, before Diego gets here. How's everybody doing tonight, man? Let's chop it up a little bit. What's going down, man? How we sounding? We sounding good tonight? What's going on? TikTok? Hope everybody's doing well. Been a little bit, but we're back at it with the Mundo Podcast, episode 7, season 2. Hope everybody's doing well. Shout out to my beautiful sister-in-law, Wendy. We got Maria. Appreciate you, Maria. How you been? Everything's been a long time. Need to go see y'all at the VFW Hall Post 9187. Last week's episode was really dope. We've had, some really good guests this season, from 2 Chainz, 1 Charm, my boy Zoe Lucas. Man, it's been a jam-packed season. We got a lot more coming up. Like I said, we got more talented people coming in the building with us. We have my boy Sumate with us, E45, man. Really good interviews, man. Y'all join the conversation with me, man. Hope everybody's doing well. We got my boy King Baby. He'll be here in the building tonight. Like I said, he's running a little bit late, but he'll be here shortly. Ain't no thing but the chicken wing. TikTok, man, we doing good. Who we got on there? Hope everybody's doing well in TikTok land, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in with us. Like I said, I'm Ice from the Word is Yours Entertainment. Y'all can find us on all the social media platforms, digital services, at the Word is Yours ENT. The pharmacy world, it's the pharmacy studios. We had heavyweight music in the building the other day at the pharmacy studios doing their Texas challenge. You know what I mean? They did a dope verse. Y'all go check them out, man. Heavyweight music, really dope dudes from the city of Houston. They're the guys that dance, but they also do music too, man. So y'all go check them out. Shout out to my boy Christian G, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Christian G. We got my good friend Tony Sines, man. Sorry I didn't get to go see you the other day, Tony, man. I was in the middle of something and wasn't able to make it out there, bro. But man, if y'all want to go see and y'all go check out one of the hottest, with the king of conjunto right now, man. Tony Tigre Sines, the voz de oro. Y'all go check out Tony Sines. He's on all digital platforms and streaming services. One of the best conjunto artists there is in the city of Houston, in the state of Texas and beyond, man. I know he does a lot of big shows in Mexico and stuff like that as well. I think he was in Chicago, Illinois recently, Wisconsin, stuff like that, man. California. So y'all go check out Tony Sines, man. Tony Tigre Sines, the voz de oro, man. One of the best to do it right now. Doing really good. Appreciate you, Christian. Like I said, I got my good friend Christian G. Man, proud of that dude. Like I always say, man, that boy did it the right way, moved on up. Boy got the big office at the plant, safety director, man. My boy Christian. Who else we got tuning in with us? Let's see. Yeah, like I said, we got a whole bunch of people on TikTok tuning in. I appreciate y'all tuning in. So look, man, let's get started while we're waiting for King Baby. Let's check this video out from King Baby, man. See what y'all think on this one. This one is called the King Baby Familia Problems. See what y'all think.
Sometimes I wonder if God is a woman, a caring woman just like my mom's. And if she was, I'll be so bad about it. I know one thing for sure, the devil, she dances in a bright red dress with no panties on. Hey, yo, let's talk about it. I'm feeling like a clown again and not up in no good way. I'm making all these dumb mistakes of life ain't all it should be. Admit this shit, don't try to flip the script, ain't all it could be. It's evident that presidents consume the soul bully. I can feel it way down in the pit of my stomach. I hope that I can stomach half the bullshit coming from it. I can feel it in my legs, I can feel it in my head. Walk with it like every breath, walk with it like every step. More problems and fingers and toes. Why you acting brand new? The shit is getting old. I think it's time we grow up and maybe start to grow. I think it's time we grow up and learn to let it go. The route that we directed, the hustle not respected. The child with some other dudes, as kids we've been neglected. Everything is everything, there's nothing in between. Most of people's whole they so been made off what they dream. Extensities of everything is all the way too much. Memories fade like Everclear, somebody spot my punch. Never to like no advice, the money must have took me. Slanging dope, I'm doing dope, these pills make things confusing. More problems and fingers and toes. Why you acting brand new, the shit is getting old. I think it's time we grow up and maybe start to grow. I think it's time I grow up and learn to let it go. You know, sometimes I wonder if God is a woman, a caring woman just like my mom's. And if she was, I'll be so bad about it. You know, one thing for sure, the devil, she dances in a bright red dress with no panties on. Hey, yo, let's talk about it. Can we just talk about it? King baby.
Man, that was a dope one from King Baby, man. What y'all think of that one there? That was a dope one there, King Baby, called Problems. Miss King Baby in the building. Appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, my boy Diego will be here in a second. He had to go do something real quick right before the show started, but he'll be here shortly. We're just getting the podcast going. Hope everybody's doing well on this Thursday night. Like I said, congratulations to all the graduates and everybody doing well. But let's chop it up, man. How's everybody been? How's everybody going, man? You know, I'm doing really well. We've had a busy week this week. A lot of things going on, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, continue prayers to the Sanchez and the Christian family. My one of my best friends in the world, he lost his sister in a horrible automobile accident. And, like I said, her funeral and everything was over this last couple of weeks. Man, if again, like I've always said, nothing so serious in this life that you can't say sorry. Of course, there's a few things, you know what I mean? But outside of those few things, man, make up with your people, man. Time's not given. We don't know how much time we got. You don't know when, they would just run into the store and then that happened. You know what I mean? And every day we live on this planet, we take for granted. We got to start living for today instead of pretending tomorrow's going to come, because we don't ever know if tomorrow happens. Love your family, love your kids, love your wife, love your husband, love your mom, love your dad. Hug them a little tighter, because you don't know when tomorrow's not going to come. You know what I mean? And if we start living that way, maybe life will be a little bit better. It'll be a little bit easier. It's never too late to say you're sorry. It's never too late to be the bigger person and swallow your pride if you got to make situations right, man. And after experiencing that and, living life for a little bit, I would strongly suggest, make up with your people, man. If you're not right with your loved ones, make it right. There's always time until there ain't more time. And when there ain't no more time, that's it, man. So make up with that. Love your loved ones. Get them a little closer to you. Go see your mom. Go see your dad. Go see your kids. Get family back together. Don't let the society, Don't let the media push us apart, because that's what they're trying to do, with COVID and everything else, and try to take out the importance of family and the mom and the dad of being in the household, and they're doing everything they can do to take that away. But we as a people need to come together and get things back to the way they used to be, and have family gatherings, have family dinners, family barbecues, and the kids and the family get to know each other, get the people out to interact with each other like we used to, when our grandparents were alive. We got to start being what our grandparents were to us and being that pillar. And even if that causes us to just start and doing it by ourselves until we can get people to come, hey, man, it's never too late. So, enough with that, But like I just said, continuing prayers for the Sanchez and the Christian family. And I also wanted to thank my good friend Nestor, Nestor Benacourt. Man, if y'all need a mariachi band, make sure y'all go check them out, man. My boy Nestor, their mariachi band. Let me make sure I'm getting it right. Nestor. Let me make sure I'm getting his band right, because, man, he has came through in the clutch for me. I believe, let me make sure before I say it. Hold on, I just want to check 1,000 times before I say their name wrong. I believe it's Mariachi del Sol de Houston. Nestor, let me know. Háblame, Nestor, está bien con el nombre. Yo quería hablarles bien y claro, porque tú también ayudas mucho con cosas. Nestor has been there for me, great mariachi band, for a really good price. If you ever need a mariachi band, y'all go check out Nestor, man. And I'm going to post his name up and his information here shortly. But, man, he's came out to my job and we did a mariachi show at our job, at my job site for the Worker Appreciation Day that day. And, man, they killed it, man. Everybody enjoyed it. All the people loved it. We had the whole lunch tent going crazy, man. And then Nestor and his boys came through for me for Rick's sister at the funeral, and did a really good job, man. So if y'all ever need a mariachi band, Mariachi del Sol de Houston, Nestor Benacourt, y'all go check him out, man. He'll get you taken care of for, like I said, one of the best prices in town, and for one of the best sounds as well, man. It's a rare combination there that people will give you a good price, for the service that they require. And Nestor's drove out, all the way to Orange, Texas for me, and then all the way here in Baytown for the funeral, man. And them guys came and did their job very professional, and sounded really good and killed it every time. So if y'all needed a mariachi band, y'all go check out Nestor Benacourt, and his band is Mariachi del Sol de Houston. So, man, y'all go check them out. Them guys are really humble. You want a certain playlist, you want heard, you want certain songs you want heard, you want to sing a song, man, they're willing to work with you. You ain't them kind of guys like, oh, no, we can't do this, we can't do that. If you want to play a certain playlist, you want to hear a certain song, Nestor and them will get it on for you, man. And they'll also, like I said, you want to sing a song or two, they'll let you sing too. Shout out to Miss Gloria and Homer Salinas. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said before, y'all go check out Homer and Gloria. They're at every Conjunto show within the Houston area and in the city, in the state of Texas. They document all of the great Conjunto shows live on Facebook and YouTube. So y'all go check them out. Homer and Gloria Salinas. They're two really good people in the Conjunto industry. They're at all the shows, all the events, and documenting our history, documenting and recording, our music. That's us Chicanos from here in the city of Texas, in the state of Texas, excuse me. Y'all go check them out. They're on YouTube and on Facebook, Gloria and Homer Salinas. And like I said, if you need a mariachi band, get with Nestor. His name on Facebook is Nestor Benacourt, Nestor Alfredo Miranda Benacourt. And he'll get you taken care of, man. Them guys are really good mariachi band. Mariachi del Sol de Houston. We got King Baby here tonight. Like I said, he had to run and go do something real quick, but he'll be here shortly. We got my boy Diego Reyes tuning in. Appreciate you, Diego. Been a little bit, man. I hope all is doing well with you, brother. We got my boy Chico, my son Chico Nally tuning in on TikTok. Appreciate you, Chico. Love you so much, Bobby. We got Miranda. Appreciate you tuning in. And like I said, man, I hope y'all like that song from King Baby. That was King Baby Problems. Y'all want to hear another one from King Baby? Let me see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. From King Baby and the King Baby Familia. Let me find one of his reggae joints. Let me see. Let me find a reggae joint. Let's see. So this one is called Get Down Moses, King Baby, Get Down Moses. Let me know what y'all think of this one.
Fight like there is no tomorrow, there is no tomorrow. Fight like there is no tomorrow, there is no tomorrow. Fight like there is no tomorrow. Get down, Moses, and keep going, shout out. Oh, get down, Moses. You make a shot and move you down. Oh, get down, Moses. Hey, Baltimore, we see your house. Oh, get down, Moses. No justice, no peace, no night, no sham, shash, no right. Oh, sham, shash, no right. Baby, go, why is you surprised? Mr. Officer, Mr. Officer. How do you wanna see me in my coffin, sir? Mr. Officer, Mr. Officer. How do you wanna see us in the casket, sir? Mr. Officer, Mr. Officer. What do you wanna see me in my coffin, sir? Mr. Officer, Mr. Officer. What do you wanna see us in the casket? I'm just alright. Oh, I'm just alright. Oh, who gon' be the next one to die? Get down, Moses. Keep your head shout high. Get down, Moses. You make a shot and move, you die. Get down, Moses. Hey, Baltimore, we see your pass. Get down, Moses. No justice, no peace, no night, no sham, shash, no right. Sham, shash, no right. Oh, baby, go away, we surprise. Get down, Moses, yo, you best hide on the trick me up under my sleep. You stick concrete me where y'all fight me, where every day you're stuck in Dodge police. One time coming, everything I seen. Please, no woman, no cry. Yeah, Mr. Walk around town with your low profile and keep your flashlights on in my eyes, so something just no right. Oh, some just no right. Oh, we're gonna be the next one who die, night. Officer, what do you want to see me in my coffin, sir? Mr. Officer, Mr. Officer. What do you want to see us in the casket, sir? Mr. Officer, Mr. Officer. What do you want to see me in my coffin, sir? Mr. Officer, Mr. Officer. How do you want to see me in my casket, sir? I'm just alright. Oh, I'm just alright. America, why is we surprised? So some just right. No justice, no peace, no night. No some just right. Who gon' be the next one who die? Get down, Moses.
The really dope one there. It's called Get Down Moses from King Baby and the King Baby Familia. King Baby Familia, Get Down Moses. Like I said, man, my boy King Baby's here. Diego's here. He had to go do something real quick. I wanted him to take care of it before it got too late. We got people tuning in on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Sal Mex. Y'all go check out my boy Sal Mex, man, putting it down for Raza. He's got a few albums out, a lot of songs out right now, man. Y'all go check out Sal Mex, man. He's got some really dope videos, really dope visuals, really dope music. You know, he does a lot of stuff with me in the pharmacy world. So, man, y'all go check out my boy Sal Mex in the building, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Sal Mex. Like I said, that was King Baby with the King Baby Familia, Get Down Moses. Let me find one King Baby did with us. Like I said, we're just filling in some time waiting for my boy. You know, he had to go run and do something real quick. Ain't no thing but the chicken wing. So we got a track my little boys like a lot. It's the Pharmacy World featuring King Baby and Nikki Danger called Gun Cock Back. I'll play that one for y'all too, man. See what y'all think. Nikki Danger, man. Shout out to my boy. If y'all ain't never heard of Nikki Danger, he's from the Santa Fe area, from the Houston area. Y'all go check out Nikki Danger too, man. But boy, Nikki Danger be putting it on hard, bro. And like I said, we got King Baby, great artist from the city of Houston, does the reggae vibe, hip hop, rap, does it all, man. Y'all go check him out and go follow him. He's got some really, really dope visuals, man. He puts a lot of time, energy, and effort into his music and his craft. You know, he's going to be back here shortly. He was here, but he had to go do something real quick. And like I said, you know, we're going to start the show a little, you know, I'd rather start the show and get talking before he gets here, man. Like I said, shout out to my boy Sal Mex, man. One of the dopest there is in the city of Houston. Putting it down, man. My boy Tony Montana. We got Little Young, Milton Bradley. Hey, my boy Manic Beats, man. My boy Manic Beats just opened up a new studio on 45 in Kings Point, right there on 45 in the south side of Houston by 45 and Alameda Mall, man. If y'all need a studio in the south side of town, y'all go check out my boy Manic Beats. I think it's called Southside Studios. He used to have a studio right there on Old Galveston Road, but he moved it now. He's up and functioning. He's doing a lot of things with Powder and a lot of old, you know, rappers from the city of Houston and doing a lot of things to new people too, man. So if y'all need a studio, y'all need beats, y'all go check out Manic Beats, man. Hey, then also my boy Little Young, man, he's a DJ at the Naked, man. If you want your song to be played, and he's got a deal going on right now. So if you want your song to be played and get some traction, go check out Aaron Miranda, my boy Little Young, man. Send him a message, tell him Isaac sent you. If you're an artist and you don't even got to be from the city of Houston, if you're an artist and you want your song to be played and have some college graduates dancing to it, send it to my boy Little Young, Aaron Miranda. Like I said, look him up on Facebook, Aaron Miranda, Little Young. He's originally from the Swisher House. He'll get your song played. Of course, there's a little financial means to it, but he'll record you. You know, he'll record a little thing for you, and you can post that on your social media, man. Get your song busting. You got a song that's busting. You got a song that's popping. Hey, if the college graduates are dancing to it, who you think? Everybody will dance to it. So y'all go check that out, man. Hold on, that's my boy King Baby right there. Yo, bro. All right, I'm gonna come get you right now. All right. So my boy King Baby's back. Let me play this one more, and I'm gonna go get him. We'll start the interview. So this one here is from the Pharmacy World, featuring King Baby and Nikki Danger. It's called Gun Cock Back. Let me know what y'all think of this one. The King Baby be back with me. We'll start the show.
Nice. So, you want to know what a hungry feels like? Everybody knows what hungry feels like, right? You want to know what starving feels like? You want to know what thirsty feels like? You want to know what it feels like to pass that line? Yeah, gather around. Here we go. It's a fact of life. Most of those earned stripes got these bloodshot eyes, lungs made out crack pipes. Can't sleep without a nightlight, always got bad dreams. His mama was a hooker and his pops was a fiend. Shit is worse than it seems, addicted to a disease. Another bad habit that I learned on the streets. Picture crooked police fulfilling cocaine needs. It's hard to get clean with all these drugs in my jeans. It's called pain, yo, because it hurts. Somebody call my nurse. It's getting better, no, it's just getting worse. Why'd God put me on this earth? What's my life really worth? Come watch the ashes turn to ashes while the dust turn to dirt. Dirt. It's hard pain cause it fucking hurts. I got my gun cocked back and I ain't playing. I ain't got no time for wasting. This money's just counting on me to make it. And I want it, so I'm gonna take it. My gun's cocked back and I ain't playing. And I ain't got no time for wasting. This money's just calling on me to make it. And I want it, so I'm gonna take it. Don't get me wrong, let's separate the weak from the strong. When the struggle is the norm, yo, I weather the storm. I believe in God and in myself. I know there's nobody else, so fuck it, yo, I do it all by myself. Play the cards I was dealt, and plus the feelings I felt. Take every last dollar, put it all on myself. So player that I call myself, no question. I had to leave myself a message. Hey, you can call me cocky, cause my gun cocked back. I told her I was Mexican, she said I was black. I'm a dog who like to chase the cat. Home runs when I bet. I had to do it cause they said I couldn't do that. I had to do it cause they said I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Hey yo, I did that. I'm doing that. I got my gun cocked back and I ain't playing. I ain't got no time for wasting. This money just counting on me to make it. And I want it, so I'm gonna take it. My gun's cocked back and I ain't playing. And I ain't got no time for wasting. This money just counting on me to make it. And I want it, so I'm gonna take it. If I push real hard, I get my music to sell. I ain't feeling nobody like I'm feeling myself. A lonely night in the cell, I ain't think so, bro. I'd rather be free, stuck out here in the cold. Hey, yo, it's all that I know. It's what I call home. It's hard to make a change when your whole life's so dope. And I just swallowed 10 pills. They know I had pills. Pills and they peoples make your boy see ill. Tell me what's real and what ain't. Hey, yo, dog, hold up, wait. I think I'll take that extra moment to think. Picture being cold without a cold. Yo, while my mom's always broke. And Thanksgiving came from things that we stole. And I never met Santa Claus. Or was I all that bad? Years past, no call from my dad. Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad, I got my gun cocked back and I ain't playing. I ain't got no time for wasting. This money just counting on me to make it. And I want it, so I'm gonna take it. My gun's cocked back and I ain't playing. And I ain't got no time for wasting. This money just counting on me to make it. And I want it, so I'm gonna take it.
Surgical decisions with the Smith & Wesson. Why you tripping? It's a blessing. Hit him at confession. Better teach that bitch a lesson. Have him creeping at my session while I'm pleading with the reverend for my shortcut to heaven. It's been 7 odd years since I did the crash dummy. Opened up my eyes, shed some tears that made money. You can't take the fire, that's okay, I am from it. Y'all don't wanna die, but there ain't no point running. Always into something, jumping right up in the mix. Hit up danger for your fix, just a kid out the sticks. Trying to stick to my shit, maybe flip a couple bricks. Till I'm hop up off my tip before I empty my clip like George Jefferson. I'm more than just him, not morbidly grim. My orbit exempt, I'm 9 out of 10. Like triple your men, not the end I begin. In your life I will take for the price of my pen.
I got my gun cocked back and I ain't playing. I ain't got no time for wasting. This money just counting on me to make it. And I want it, so I'm gonna take it.
Yo, here we go. We got the man himself in the building. My boy, Mr. King Baby.
What up,
man? Like I said, we had to go take a little run real quick. We got it back though. We're good now. We're good now, man. We got the man himself in the building.
Sorry for my lateness, everybody.
He was here. You know, we were just playing some songs, man. I wanted to, you know, because, bro, you got some of the dopest visuals there is out there, dog. Like, you know, and then, you know, we've been friends for a long time now, you know, bro. And I know you're a person, like, anybody can say what they want, right? But they can't ever say you ain't a hardworking motherfucking dude, bro. Right. They can't ever say you're not a dude that puts time, energy, effort, thought into your talent, into your visual, into your whole, the whole shebang, right? From start to finish, bro. And like, you gotta respect, like, okay, somebody can say, well, I don't like how he sounds. I don't like how he raps. I don't like this. That's all good. Not everything is not for everybody, but you can't knock a man's hustle, dog. You know what I'm saying?
For sure about that.
My bro has been putting in work for a long time, bro. A long time, man. From the reggae band to the hip hop stuff, and you know, anything and everything in between, bro.
Can't really call it work, man, when you love what you do.
That's facts, bro.
It's really just
because if it was work, we would be some bad businessmen, right? Yeah, no, the money, hours free, and everything we put into this shit. Real. You know, we would be horrible businessmen, you know?
So I think goes with it. Everybody wants to be a musician until it's time to do musician.
That's fact, bro. That's fact, dog. Pack up the van, load the van, fucking
show up early.
Oh my God, practice. Everybody's Allen Iverson all of a sudden. Yeah. You talking about practice.
especially when you hit the road too, and you're going from different city to different city, and you
Yeah,
gotta be there
bro.
at a certain amount of time, and the pressure kicks in, and
Yeah,
the clock is running down. You can't really stop to just enjoy the scenery, man. It's but at the same time too, it's just something about it. You just like a drug, man. You just get addicted to.
Yeah,
it,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the beauty of it. Like I said, regardless of what anybody's opinion may be, good, bad, and differ, if you're able to express yourself artistically, what greater joy than that? Like, and as an artist, we put it out there, right? Like, I'm never an artist that's in front of the camera performing, but I do it myself behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I love writing music and shit like that.
I've seen the hardest work, though.
But like, I enjoy that though, bro. Like, to write a song and then for people to listen to it and be like, to find their own meaning into what I was meaning. You know what I mean? It's like what DMX said, and Slippin'. But to survive is to find meaning into something. You know what I mean?
I read that just this morning too.
Damn,
find meaning in the suffering.
That's one of my favorite joints, and DMX is a big influence on me, because I loved how was DMX a preacher in the like black and white world of preacher? No. But he's like me, dog. God called upon me to do what I do. Was I an angel? No. Was I the perfect vessel? No. You know what I'm saying? But I do what I do, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And we had practice in my garage last night till about 1 a.m.
Damn.
My wife crazy. You know what I mean? And all I can think about is this is my church.
Yeah. Honestly, bro. And the same thing with me, because I get work. And sometimes, I talk in front of a lot of people and then they're like, bro, you should be a preacher. You sound like a preacher, bro. Like, but you don't understand though. This is a commitment that I made to God. This is the flock that I've been given. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So as long as I'm preaching my word and preaching what I feel is that words that people need to hear nowadays, what better or glorier than God there is than that? You know what I'm saying?
And
But man, let me give a few more shout outs. We got Jack Alanis. Appreciate you tuning in. My boy Jack, man, representing Primetime from Baytown, Texas. Our teams from Primetime. That's my boys' select baseball teams.
We got my wife in here.
We got wifey in the building, man. She's watching you. She said, where would that boy Diego at between 8 and 8:59?
Everybody see me incredibly chubby these days.
Damn.
I'm happily married.
But you see your boy slimming down a little bit. My wife had me almost 300 pounds, dog. Boy had to wear them jackets just to hide the fucking panza, dog.
Just trying to be healthy, though.
Man, good life is a happy life, dog. Good wife is a happy life. You know how that shit is, bro.
More me the better.
But like for you and me, we always dress fly, bro. My boy Diego is one of the fly. Like I said, my boy takes his talent very seriously. You know what I mean? From the attire to the visuals to the performance to the light, like everything. My boy Diego is a true artist. And it's like me though, dog. Like, I take my wardrobe very seriously, dog. When that boy's fluffy, I'm like, damn, I wish I could wear this. Like, I'll go to an event, they're like, oh man, it's gonna be just example, like, oh, it's gonna be a purple vibe tonight. And I got the dopest purplish shirts. And I go to put that picture on. Oh man.
You gotta find out it's purple night. I'll be the one to do the shows looking all black.
That Bonta told me, nah, bro, you gotta change your mind. So that's why I told my wife, because I think it's my wife that does it on purpose. To keep me fluffy, dog. I'll be at a show. She's like, oh, why are you talking to them? I was like, you understand? Like, I'm an entertainer. Like, I'm hosting this event. It's my job to talk to people. Like, I wear my sunglasses all the time in the club, wherever. I'm like, I already told this story a lot, but I'm trying not to fall down. I'm trying to remember people's names. I'm trying to remember who I saw so I can give them shout outs. I got car clubs, people. I got this. I got to go up there and people think it's easy because I make it look easy. You do too, so you understand what I'm saying. Like it's hard to hop up on a mic and talk, you know what I'm saying? And like not have those like, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And but like to get up there and do it with confidence and full force, like just it's hard, dog. It ain't easy. And my wife's like, would you talk to her for like talking to nobody? Like, I'm doing my job, bro. Like I'm working, like I'm trying not to fall down. You know what I'm saying?
That's how women get when they know.
And it's right, dog. And I understand that. You know what I mean? You can't get mad at them. You know what I mean? That's their job is to watch out for us. You know what I'm saying? And you know how it is, bro. There's snakes and lizards everywhere, bro.
And it's all good because my wife and my mom still think I'm handsome. So
that's all that matters, dog. That's all that matters, dog. That's all that matters, dog. That's all that matters, dog.
baby cheeks.
Dog. That's all that matters, bro. We got my boy Eric rolling. Appreciate you tuning in, Eric Flores. We got my boy Sal Mex, like I said earlier, man, one of the dopest artists from the city of Houston, man. Been putting it down for the Chicano, man.
That's some dope ass music.
Sal Mex, y'all go check out my boy Sal Mex. Look at wifey, she says fact. But hey, dog, we must be blessed because we got some beautiful women, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like my wife and your wife, they dress nice, look nice all the time, bro. On point.
I'll still be wondering sometimes what she be doing with me, you know what I'm saying? No doubt. But
that boy got the gift.
Woman,
I got the gift of the gab or something, bro. My wife, there's times, we go out nice and she puts on the evening gown and shit. And I'm like, yeah, damn, bro. Like,
yeah, my wife is way up my league, bro. No doubt.
That's good, bro.
Just happy
we did good. We did good, bro. We did good. We along for the ride. We along for the ride, dog. And we got my good boy, my good friend, Michael Ward, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Mike. Big Mike, Little Mike. Appreciate y'all tuning in. My boy, DJ Rich on TikTok. Man, y'all need a DJ in the city of Houston. Go check out my boy, DJ Rich.
What up, everybody?
Like he, DJ Rich can do it all, bro. The conjunto, the tejano, the rap, hip-hop, 80s, Latin pop, whatever you want done, go check out my boy, DJ Rich, man. He'll get you taken care of. And like I said, before we really get into it, go check out my boy Diego King Baby, man. King Baby Familia. He's on all the social media platforms, YouTube. Y'all go check out his music, with his reggae band, his hip hop stuff. Y'all go check him out, man. Y'all go show him some love. And regardless if you like it, don't like it, hey, let your opinion be known. Who cares? As long as you go watch it,
I might have a good time with it.
That's exactly right, bro. That's exactly right, man. I ain't never been to a show that you had that wasn't people rocking and vibing, you know what I'm saying? So
we ain't got booed off yet.
Yeah. See, and people think, like, people always tell me, like, bro, why don't you perform? And it ain't stage fright, dog. Like, I speak in front of thousands of people at work, you know what I mean? That like, all the time. It's just, I'm a perfectionist. And if I write something, I want to hear somebody dope sing it. I don't want to hear me. I don't want to hear Kermit the Frog.
Oh, man, I heard you record.
Yeah,
bro. You're nice.
I want to hear somebody really nice. That's the narcissistic side of me. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
Every song I write, I want Whitney Houston or fucking Vicente Fernandez to sing. You know what I'm saying?
Half the hits that are out there weren't written by that.
I know, bro. I know.
One of the great.
Like even with the rap, you know what I mean? People are like, well, you can rap, but I like just writing, and I like to hear people take what I've written and like make it dope. You know what I'm saying? Like it's part of it though, bro. Like
it's the heart of a producer, bro.
Who I am at work is like I'm always in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Who I am as a person and my family and my friends and everything else, the spotlight's always on me. And it's crazy though, bro. Yes, I'm an egotistical, narcissistic son of a mother. Shut your mouth. But I really ain't though. You know what I'm saying? It's like my persona makes me that way, but I really am not. I'm really that humble. Where I can go to Diego, you know that, bro. We've been in the studio. I can go somewhere and be your Robin and be your wingman. You up like if you're the star, it don't really, that really does nothing for you know what I'm saying? Like there's people that be like, oh well, hold on, like with you, that's my boy, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like for me, with the spotlight and the shit, like. I wake up every day and say I'm a bad motherfucker to myself, bro. I don't need nobody else to tell me, dog. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I got very, very few people around me.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're one of the best people I know, and I ain't seen you in like a year.
Damn, that hurts.
Antisocial.
But I
ain't got nothing but
I
ain't seen you in like a year.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Though I didn't mean it like that. Like it hurts. Like we did something wrong. Life happens, and there was a time, we was getting together every day, almost every weekend.
Yeah.
Every day at the studios, and like life happens. We both are handsome men. We got beautiful wives. We got a bunch of kids.
I'm pretty busy.
Them kids is having kids now. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro. Man.
We were just talking about you being the joys of being a homo.
Oh man, shit. Fucking AC out 3,000. It's still hot. Like, trying to sleep in the hot weather, bro. Like, damn, that ain't fun at all, bro. Who else, man? TikTok is blowing me up right now. We got my boy LP tuning in. Appreciate you. We got my boy True. Appreciate you tuning in. Michael Ward, Big Mike, Little Mike. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
What up, Amelia? Thanks for being here. Mad love, no doubt.
So, bro, let's get into it. Like I said, some of these questions I know the answer to, bro. But let's get into the podcast. You know, we started a little bit late. I ran some of the songs, you know what I mean? I ran Problems and Get Down Moses. Then the gun cock back that we did with the Pharmacy Ward and Nikki Danger, man. Okay. So give the people a little bit about yourself, bro. Where you from and all that kind of good stuff, man.
I'm from here, Houston, Texas, H-Town, Houston, no doubt. And I grew up, raised in Corpus Christi, and then some things went on in my life. I had to come back here to the hometown of Houston, and I've been here more than 20 years ever since. This was always home. And, man, I'm just happy to still be here. You know what I mean? I started off as a hip-hop artist. Once things started getting a little stagnant with that, I wanted to do a little bit more. I always enjoyed live instrumentation and live bands. So one day I just was like, you know what, man, I'm going to put a band together. And I started at the bottom, man, off Craigslist. And just like those stories you hear about, the stories from Craigslist, and, you know what I mean?
Leaving a note at Guitar Center.
That's need a back true, bro. It's all true, all right? Imagine going through it with crazy motherfucking stuff, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Man, it just pushed on through all the weeds, man, until I finally found my core group. And here we are years later, still with most of the original members.
That's dope, bro. And y'all got a really dope band, man. Y'all gotta do yourselves a favor and go check out my boy Peace performing, especially, you know, for everybody here in the city of Houston and the surrounding areas, man. If y'all know my boy King Baby's performing with his band, you know, the King Baby band, King Baby Familia, y'all go check him out, man. He's puts on a great show, great artistry. Really dope show, you know what I mean? Y'all go do yourself a favor and go check him out. Yeah, so your heritage, you know what I'm saying? You're like a rare mixture, right? Yeah. Boy, got the Arab, Mexican.
I'm half Jordanian and half Mexican. So.
Damn, you know what the crazy thing is though? We all look the same though, right? Because like me, I'm like the perfect 10, and so are you.
You know what? I used to look Mexican as hell, but I'm a little bit older, and Arab side of stuff. Pretty cool.
Damn. That boy looked like what's my boy from SWAT 2 that got the show on Netflix, and he was Mo. Now let me see you on Mo.
He's from the SWAT 2.
Yeah, bro. I said he's from SWAT 2, bro. That boy, man. Then let me see you on Mo, bro.
Only in H-Town, bro.
You know, but
it's like H-Town diverse as hell.
The color we are, dog. Like I've been all over the world, bro, and I literally can blend it. Like I'm a chameleon, dog. Like when I'm in the islands, nobody would ever believe I'm not from the island.
That's because it's a Latino.
Like when I'm in when I was in France, people thought I was African, like Moroccan, Algerian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anywhere I would go, anywhere I've ever been in the world. When I was in Alaska, they thought I was Eskimo. You know what I mean? Like just Dominican Republic, like just got the nice color, right? Just blend in. You know, like I told you before, my dad is married to a Jordanian lady. You know, my dad is really dark. He looks like Steve McNair or Luther Vandross, you know what I mean? Not big Luther, but skinny Luther.
Only thing you're probably not passing for is white.
That shit, no problem. That
would be some great acting.
That would have to be like Eddie Murphy and what was it? The comedy movie he made where he like painted himself white. Dave Chappelle did it, Eddie Murphy did it, you know, the white chicks.
Got it, man. You can pull it off.
You know, that'd be really funny, bro. Yeah, that's something, you know, like growing up, you know, I didn't speak Spanish, bro. And I always tell people, I can't hide the fact that I'm Chicano or that I'm Latino, you know what I mean? Like my skin color gives that away. You know what I mean? So it's like at work, you know, I'd give these meetings and have all these people happy. And then afterwards they would come and talk to me in Spanish, like, telling me in Spanish, I'm so happy, I'm so proud. A young Mexican guy did, and they're telling me in Spanish, I'm like, yo quiero una hamburguesa con cerveza. I'm gonna talk, bro.
I'll tell you what, man, knowing Spanish these days is like being gifted.
Now, of course, in Texas, you know what I mean?
You know, United States, talk to half the world.
Yeah, bro.
You know, so there's everything that's going on with, you know, all this race bullshit and all this politics and everything else, and people forgetting what's really important.
Yeah, bro.
It's actually one of the reasons why I started making music.
Yeah, bro.
To be honest with you, but.
We got my cousin Isaiah, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Isaiah. We got my good friend Ray Torres, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Ray Torres, he's from Rockport, you know, a little bit. We're just getting out that way, but out in Rockport, man. So
what up, Rockport?
What are some of your early musical influences, bro? Because you know you do it all, bro. You know you got the reggae, you got the rap, you got a rock vibe. You got a little R&B soul. So you like me, you know, because I listen to I literally grew up listening to everything. So like I literally have wrote every kind of genre of music from Tejano, Conjunto, Bachata, rap, hip hop, pop, 80s music, 80s sounding music, you know. Like, what are some of your musical influences, bro?
Man, I like all kinds of music, bro. As far as like real influences and people that, you know, kind of might flavor my style a little bit, you know what I mean? Definitely, you know, Tupac, Big. I was a real big fan of Mac Miller, you know what I mean? But outside of hip hop, man, I listen to it. I play you my playlist right now. You're like, yo, King Baby, you listen to that. You know what I mean? I just enjoy all different types of good music.
That's facts, bro.
I like good music. You know, man, it's pretty rare that I listen to public radio.
Yeah.
You know, but I happened to just be in my wife's car the other day and some shit came on and I was just like, yo, man, these people are really going out the way to try to make bad music.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to come off like
no, because I'm an artist, like we just said earlier, right? Like good, bad, you like it, don't like it. You know,
I'm talking about
that's the expression, but it's like, damn,
trash.
Stop huffing paint before you go do your expression.
I don't know if it's the artist huffing paint or the people listening to it. You know what I mean?
When it's not even lyrics anymore, though. When it's just like, bro, you ain't like, what expression is that when you can't even audibly understand? And I have a level 3 in Ebonics, and that shit packed me. You know what I'm saying?
Things change. I'm all for change. You know what I mean? I get, you know, hip hop is changing. Hip hop still here. Hip hop might be dead. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I mean, it lives inside us. It lives inside people and like the soul. And just any kind of music. You know, you're talking about being a musician earlier.
Yeah.
A musician to me is kind of like almost like an actor. Like a good actor, you're not going to just play yourself all the time. You got to play different roles and different positions or different, you know, roles that you might not even want to do, but you just want to see if you could take your art there.
Yes.
Writing different songs is kind of like that almost, but you're not acting. It's just coming from different experiences and different sometimes of your life. You know what I mean? And it's a crazy thing, music. It's a crazy thing, music and being human. You know,
and you know, speaking on that human thing, you know, you and I have spoken and talked for fucking countless hours. It would equal to days and weeks and months. You know what I mean? On philosophizing about life and everything. And then, you know, I really do feel, bro, that you're able to express yourself from all the troubles and things that you've went through, good, bad, and everything in your life, and express it into music, bro, and to do it in an artistic way. You know what I mean? How does that help you as somebody that, you know, like, I'm not putting your business out there, but we've talked about our dark times, our hard times, great times, good times, and everything in between it all. You know, how does music help you express that? Like, for example, when I was going through a divorce, I felt like I wrote everything. I literally wrote everything out that I needed to say. And like, it's like that chapter was closed. I literally I was like Forrest Gump. He's like, and that's all I got to say about that. Like, I literally was like, I literally have nothing else to say about divorce. I literally wrote from hip hop, R&B, country. Like, I wrote everything I wanted to write about divorce.
You got no tears left.
And I closed that. I'm not writing about divorce no more. Like, that was done. You know what I mean? So like, how are you able to use your artistry to express your feelings? And like I said, you know, and if you listen to any of your music, you know, you go all spectrums of the rainbow, bro, from the happy shit to the sad shit, the philosophizing about life in general, God, you're very political in your music, you know what I mean? Like, how are you able to, and what does that do for you to be able to express it like that?
Man, honestly, when I write music, I'm writing for myself. It's like my own form of therapy. It's something that I don't have many things that are for myself. Most of my life is about my family and the struggle, and you know, and I live a life of service. I try my best to anyway. But the music, that's mine. You know, that's something that I can say what I want, say how I want to say it. And the funny thing is, you know, man, I was like a million different people just this fucking week.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No.
But when I can get up on stage, that be like the real me. You know, it's not the opposite way around. It's like, you know, how Superman, Clark Kent.
Yeah.
You know, he spent most of his time as Clark Kent. Sometimes he's Superman. I'm
Yeah.
like, this King Baby thing. I'm King Baby all the time. I am King Baby. You know what I mean? Like I just whenever the emotion hits or something like that, I'm constantly jotting little notes down in my notepad. You know what I mean? And they eventually turn into songs.
Yeah,
you know?
and we've been in the studio before, like, you know, just vibing and like, when you got any ideas, and we both go to our phone and like, it may just be a little like something, and that little something, that little vibe, that little just thought process can turn into a whole song, bro. And that's,
you know, it's like there's different realms of it. Like, you know, like the way we all used to kind of get together and
bro,
come up with a beat right there on the spot. And it wouldn't be going through the phone like, man, let's write something right now to this.
Yes.
And, you know, like, you know, being in the studio and all of a sudden, you know, within 30 minutes, we got a new song.
Yeah.
Everybody's done wrote a verse, put it down, just turn, you know, watch the steel brand the fire.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I know we've been busy, but we got to get that back, dog. We got to start seeing each other more often, bro. We used to have some great fucking you know, and like you said, you know, it's been a minute since we've seen each other personal. We still call each other, check in on each other, you know what I mean? And life happened, but like, as soon as I saw him, it was a great two-hand hug, you know what I'm saying?
Like that Dave Chappelle skit, man. Shutting the studio down.
So I got a great story, speaking of studios, that we're going to tell, bro. And, you know.
Time almost drowned.
Oh, my God. We're going to get into it. Shout out to my boy, Jason Matamoros, man. Mata todo. Appreciate you tuning in, man. We also got my boy, John, man. John Joseph, the Jam King, the Rum King. You want to romp with me? Rasta Rod Cloud. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
What up, everybody? Thanks for being here.
Who else we got over here on TikTok, man? We got more people on TikTok. I can't even scroll them all down. But as somebody like, you know, that how does it feel though? Like I don't know about you, but like me, when I got a subject I want to write about, and once I write about it, it was like, say for example, I had a lyric like stuck in my head. And with that lyric stuck in my head, bro, that bitch will be stuck in my head like a rose thorn and a speed bump all day, every day until I finally complete it. Once I complete it, it's like the car goes zoom, and I push it, and it's no longer in my mind.
And you know what my mind works like? Like when you ever been in a room with a ceiling fan and those little knobs, the fan kind of swing.
Yeah.
Little knobs.
Yeah.
Like they just start hitting the fan.
Yeah.
And I used to go to sleep with my fan sounding like that all the time. Yeah. It's like you never really sleep. Like the mind of music and motion there's just always motion. It's motion the whole time. The tricky part is like catching that moment.
Yeah, bro.
Putting it together. Like me, the way I write music nowadays, it's kind of hard for me to pick a topic and write about it. I notice when I do that, I'll write something and I'll be like, oh, this is tight. And then I'll go back and read it 24 hours later. And I'll be like, man, this is shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it's just all about feel. Like the time has to hit you right. It's almost like it's not really you. It's God touching you. Like putting his hand on you. Like, here you go. It's not, you know what I mean? Like it's
weird, right? Like
you ever listen to your music and be like, there's no way you wrote this. You didn't.
I'll be honest with you, bro. There's times like when I'm driving, because I'm a perfectionist too, bro. And I'm an egotistical maniac, you know what I mean? So listen to my own music is like, you know, get high. And it's like, dog, there's times I've listened to my own music and I've cried. You know what I mean? Because like I understood where I was at when I wrote that, what I was feeling when I wrote it. And then there's times that like I just, like you said, you know, my reggae songs that I wrote with Lava and Papo, you know, that I have out there. When I listen to it, I'm like, as a fan of music, I can't believe that I came up with this. Like, it is so dope that I can't believe that, like, I was able to write this and produce it. You know what I'm saying? That's the magical shit. When you get the goosebumps, even now when I hear my music and I listen to it, you know, like I said, it's people's interpretation of it because it's them singing it. But I give any artist that I work with free reign. Hey, here's the blueprint that I want to go with. If you feel something, then interpret it. I can't tell you, hey, Diego, I wrote this song and I want you to sing it exactly. Now, there may be a time or two, like, I really want to stick to this premises. But other than that, you know, but it's really dope. Like you said though, like, you know, I wrote a song about my kids. You know, my boys. My daughter gets mad at me all the time because like, you don't ever nothing about me. But one day I was leaving work, and I told the story a lot of times. I was leaving work one day, and I had my Bluetooth. This is a couple of years back when the Bluetooth, you know, it wasn't so easy to sync up to your vehicle. You know, you had to have a little box and all that shit. So I was leaving, and it picked up the church channel, and the guy was like, you know, you're only here for so long, and then God called you home, and you never know when that time comes, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then I switched to my Bluetooth on. But I was driving, I was thinking about that, bro. And I was making long drives, 2-hour drives to get back home. And I said, damn, if I die today, have I said enough? Have I done enough for my boys to like have enough blueprint for me to follow? So when I got back to my trailer out of town, you know, I was drinking a little bit. And then that song just came out, bro. Like I put on a beat, and it was like the beat just told me that my pen was just writing it. You know, like I wasn't thinking. It was like subconscious, like subliminally. Like that shit just rolled out, and the song's called Hold On Me. And the song is like a manuscript I try to leave to my kids, to my boys, especially. Like, if I die tomorrow, here's the, like, there's a song from Mike and the Mechanics. It's called Silent Running. You know, and it's like, can you hear them calling? But like, I still, not like used to, I still like the song. But it's the same kind of thing where it's like a manuscript where like I wrote the directions for my boys. If I die today, here's the book. Here's the script that I need you to follow. And there's times like when I'm drinking, you know, we're sadomasochists, dog. You know, when we're drinking and we're sad, you know, I've been listening to this shit all right. And it's like, I get teary, I get emotional because like, I can't believe I don't even know how I wrote this, dog. You know what I'm saying?
There's also two sides to that sword too, because have you ever gone back and listened to some shit that you did when you were younger and be like, man, I remember when I used to think this is the shit.
Yes, bro. Yes, dog. Yes, dog. But
what was I thinking?
But you know, you gotta go along with the
But it's kind of like you said, like when you're in that moment, it's
in the life, that's what you needed to say.
It was the dopest shit that I ever. Man, I remember there were times where I should have been in the hospital, but instead of being in the hospital, I was like, nah, I gotta put this song.
Yeah, bro.
I gotta, like, you put these songs in front of you, kind of like they're like your children.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, with that utmost importance and respect for it, and like, I don't know, man, it's crazy. But it's definitely a double-edged sword when it comes to that aspect.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to my boy Jay Reckless, man. Appreciate you. Y'all go check out my boy Jay Reckless, Reckless Entertainment. That boy's Reckless Management, Reckless Entertainment. That boy's got so many artists. He's doing his thing, man. Y'all go check out Jay Reckless. And you know,
man, the last interview I might have done was with
Damn. I had Jay Reckless here with me too, man. We had a great discussion, great talk. You know, one of the dopest songs I ever wrote, Diego, was a song that's like an R&B song. It's called Why Did You Go? One of my best friend's girlfriend died, you know, out of the blue. It was just, she had a brain aneurysm, you know, she passed away. And I was out of town working. I couldn't be there for him. I couldn't be there for, you know, my wife went, you know, for me and all that kind of shit. And the same thing, I was sitting there in my truck and you know, I'm a man, dog. I'm a strong man. I ain't gonna afraid. I'm never afraid to admit, you know, I cried, you know, because I was hurt, dog. That's my best friend, and I couldn't be there for him. I knew the girl too. I liked her a lot. You know what I mean? It was somebody that like I didn't like at first, but they grew on me. You know what I mean? She showed me through her actions who she was. You know, and my best friend, he was hurting. And, you know, they was hurting, and like I wrote that song, and like to me, it's one of the dopest songs ever. But I can't listen to it because it's too much. But I was glad I was able to write it. You know what I'm saying? And like put it out there. You know, and when I listen to it, it takes me back. As a person with a photographic memory, it takes me back to that exact time. And I feel those same exact emotions where it's like the sword in my heart, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel that loneliness, I feel that hurt, I feel that pain. But that's what good music should do, bro.
That's where music, I don't know. To me, that's exactly what music is. It's like the trials, the tribulations, the struggle, you know, up close and personified. And honestly, man, when I write music, like I write it for myself. If people like it,
I'm the same way.
But I will say this: when I don't write music to change somebody's life.
Yeah,
I write some music to change my life.
Yeah,
or to document a piece of my life.
Yeah,
how I feel. Thinking always in the back of my mind that your kids are gonna go back and listen to this.
Yeah, if
nobody's there to tell them who you really were.
Yeah,
if my kids want to know who I am. Yo, just go hit track number 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Yo, this was your dad's favorite song. Something that does kind of that I do want done. You know, if I pass away, is like, man, a playlist.
Hey, like, no, look, so I told you I went to, before you was here, I got a lot of best friends, you know, one of my best friends, his sister had passed away, you know, and they was playing music, and I was thinking to myself, what track list? I'm gonna make my own track list. I'm such a needy person and such a order person, narcissistic son of a bitch. I'm gonna have my own playlist. Like I'm gonna make a drive and be like, when I die, put this in there and play this song. This is what
After death, he just loves to kill the mood.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and I'm gonna have everything from I wear my sunglasses at night to another one bites the dust. So man, let's check out this other one, man. We'll get going. This King Baby right here, man. Y'all check this one out. See what y'all think.
I might be dumb, but I ain't no dumbass. You try to bury me, see? But they ain't know that this here child was a seed. Getting watered by the storm, this rose grew from concrete. Getting raised up by the nasty as the jungle she swing. Getting caught up by corruption, power, money, and greed. From the air that we breathe, stuck to the shoes on my feet. Sit back, peep game, as the anger feeds. On the fathers, baby mamas, and their daughters to dream. Had to eat their own peoples just to get through the night. Broken wings take flight, had to grow up and fight. Had to learn the hard way that these hit dogs, they bite. Can't seem to tell my enemies best friends they alike. While I take 2 steps forward, jump 3 steps back. Till I can't find my way back. And never ever shall I pass go. Come check before I fall. Wishing I could get away with it all. Yeah, we go too hard. Past the Dutch full throttle. Making out with my tequila bottles. Sometimes let's go too hard. Past the Dutch full throttle. Making out with my tequila bottles.
When I called it look like H-Town smoke kale. I wonder why my lungs looked all that I'm saying. When I called it look like H-Town smoke kale. I wonder why my lungs looked all.
I'm driving circles, my lungs inserted purple. Smoking pounds of Urkel, this tequila bottle urchin. And maybe after murky whites is trying to get paid. This runaway slave just try to make it through the day. I'm a starving musician, keep my blinders on, so I don't see no competition. Everybody dance, don't nobody wanna listen. This position's got me going insane, but I can't seem to pass my pain. Think I used all my wishes. I'm so sick and tired of having to chase my addictions and all my prescriptions and all these evictions. How many years have we been trying to change? Well, fuck it, I'm going back to AA. Yeah, we go too hard, past the Dutch full throttle, making out with my tequila bottles. Sometimes let's go too hard, past the Dutch full throttle, making out with my tequila bottles.
When I called it look like H-Town smoke kale. I wonder why my lungs looked all that I'm saying. When I called it look like H-Town smoke, you know, I wonder why my lungs look dark. I was only saying, I was only saying, I was only saying, I was only saying, I was only saying,
yeah, we go too hard, past the Dutch full throttle, making out with my tequila bottles. Sometimes let's go too hard, past the Dutch full throttle, making out with my tequila bottles.
When I called it look like H-Town smoke kale. I wonder why my lungs looked all that I'm saying. When I called it look like H-Town smoke, you know, I wonder why my lungs look dark. I was only saying, I was only saying, I was only saying.
Man, what y'all think of that one? I know I played a little more visuals than I normally do, but man, my boy's got the dopest visuals, man. Like I said, he puts a lot of time, energy, and effort into thought, into his videos and everything in between, man. So what y'all think of that? We got Ray Jimenez tuning in. Appreciate you. Who else we got? We got George, Charlie Sign. My boy Charlie Sign is one of the best accordion players in the business. Misty T. Who else we got on there? Explanado. We got a lot of people tuning in on TikTok. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man.
Thanks for being here.
We got
mad love.
my cousin Lisa. Appreciate you tuning in. Marie, appreciate you tuning in with us. So, how do you come up with these ideas, bro, with the videos? You know, because you got, like I said, again, your video ain't just like standing there, oh, standing on the block, watch me drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's really what a video should be. You know, we grew up in the MTV era, dog, and like, I used to like watching the videos, and MTV did like was like yours, where it was like a short movie. The video was like telling the story. It wasn't just I got
the same without the
I'm
video.
standing on my car, watch me move forward. You know what I mean? Like where the video was like the story of it. You know what I mean? Like reading the book, but they can also see the book at the same time. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That's what your videos are, bro.
I mean, honestly, man, I'm kind of like a big movie buff too, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so a lot of the music that I listen to, they'll come from, you know, soundtracks and movies and stuff. That I'm all of a sudden, the song will just catch that. Man, it's just about catching the moment, baby.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
about catching the moment. And then when I finally, when we make a song that I really like, and I feel it deserves a visual behind it,
Yeah.
and the sky is the limit, and my mind just starts going everywhere. You know,
bro.
and I only work with some really good directors. You know what I mean? Justin Dickinson, John Mark Lucid, and just one of my favorite directors. You know what I mean? And just,
bro.
they're just amazing people to work with. And so and they make it pretty easy. I kind of tell them where it is that I want to go, but a lot of it comes from my mind and where I want things to go. And I wish I had the talent of knowing everything of how to put it together myself, because if I did, man, I'd probably be a for real director on the movie scene. You know what I mean?
It's like, you know, that I feel like that's
I'd be passionate about something.
my next step, right? My evolution, because I always want to grow and I always want to be better and push myself.
Yeah.
You know, like the music thing, I love doing music and I love doing all that, but I've always wanted to write movies and sitcoms. So I feel like that's my next evolutionary step is to start writing sitcoms, to start writing movies. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And the only thing that's stopping me is me, because I got it in my mind. Like, but I just need to sit down and just start doing. Once I start doing, I'm a person. If I want to do it and I'm motivated to do it, I get consumed in it, bro. I study, I watch, I learn, and I surround myself with people that do it. And then it's like I absorb fast. You know what I'm saying?
It can get pretty dangerous starting a new project.
Yeah, I know, bro. I got so many damn projects in this damn computer right here, right now. I got 100 songs in there I need to get out right now, bro. But
then you can put into your progress working on something else.
Yeah.
It's anything I do nowadays, it's got to be working. You know what I mean? It's got to be working. I mean, that's one of the reasons, honestly, and I'm not trying to sound like some kind of douchebag here, but it's one of the reasons why you don't see us play as live as much as we
Yeah.
used to. I mean, if you want King Baby in the band, you're gonna have to pay for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so every now and then you'll see us do a benefit or something like that, because of course we're always here for our community and our people. But man, those days of, you know what I mean, paying to play and you know, the way promoters do it here, putting 20 people on the bill, and you know what I mean, and just some. Anyway, I can't speak on how other people do their business.
Yeah, bro. But no, I know. I mean, we all know, bro.
I'm not knocking the business. I'm just saying some of it's not for me anymore. You know,
but there's levels to it as well, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
definitely levels to it. Like, you gotta definitely pay your dues.
And
you know,
nobody's gonna push you to that level. Nobody's gonna put you in that next level until you put yourself in that level.
I mean,
and then once you put yourself in that level, and then you know, like, you have to own that level, where people will be like, okay, I respect him on that level now. You know, that's the fucked up part about music, though, entertainment, right? Like, everybody wants something from you for free until you no longer, until the value of your freeness switches in their mind, and that like.
You give somebody 1,000 yeses, bro. The only thing I remember is that one.
No, exactly, bro.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's when you honestly find out who your real peoples are.
Yeah.
You know, and when somebody acts like that, it used to upset me. Now, sometimes, it saddens me, but am I surprised? No. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't been through the fire and the trial and the tribulation.
At the same time, somebody's actually doing you a favor when they show you your real character. You know what I mean? Make my job a lot easier. It always remind me of that lyric. You know what I mean? Just because I smoke a blunt with you doesn't mean we homies. You know what I mean? And like, this world that we live in, man, is you put yourself in the fight, you're probably gonna end up not coming out alive of it. So you got to be real particular about where you spend your time, who you spend it with, in your environment. You know,
and you know, I was gonna getting back to where you guys was at with the King Baby band and all that. You know, and you was on the Craigslist and clipping out paper and cutting the little streamers so they can pay your number off at Guitar Center.
yeah,
bro. Before COVID, you guys was like, I was a sponsor of you, and you know that, and I've always been by your back and had your back.
That killed our first tour.
You guys was really on set to go on a national tour. You know what I'm saying? And COVID fucking killed it, bro.
Now we had, you know what? We still ended up going, but unfortunately, I couldn't take the whole band.
And then it wasn't the same though. You know what I mean? Like,
and I tell you what, to this day, I'm still, because that's still one of these tours that I've done were. They were such a big part of my life, the experience, the things that I got to do, the places that I got to see because of music. I never had a chance to travel for whatever reason because of, financial things going on with the law, whatever it might be. And to see some of the places I seen because of music, and the people, my community that backed that, you know what I mean, bro? I'll never forget that. I'm here to this day, still fucking with you, rocking with you. And not because you gave me $500, but because you gave me $10,000, or because of any money that you might get. It's because you just been there, like when you just been there, man. For when things were bad. When things are bad, that's when you really learn somebody's character. You know what I mean? And so like it just.
And a quote that I seen, and like it comes up on my Facebook every year. You know what I mean? I reshare it every time. And it makes me sad every time I see it. And it says, I give not because I have a lot, but I know what it's like to have nothing. Like, bro, nigga, that shit cuts me to my heart, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in that situation. I've been where I've made myself so big, maybe in my own mind, but the reality is that people see me this way now, because that's the life that I portray. Everybody will say, no, Isaac's good. Who cares he almost got in a car wreck and almost died? Who cares he's about to lose everything? He'll figure out a way. Hey, matter of fact, let me call him and see if he's got $5 more I can borrow. Like,
I mean, is that a compliment or is that like, you know what I mean?
Such is life though, bro. You know what I mean? And
honestly, that to me, honestly, ever since I know you, that's how I think. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to be like, oh, $5 on call. I mean, you've always been a good giving type dude, and honestly, you match my energy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Good people kicking with good people.
Facts, bro.
Don't get me wrong. I'm here surrounded by snakes all day long, and it used to upset me. It used to pull me out of my element and pull me out of my character to match that kind of energy. And now I know it's better to just keep your mouth shut, get where you're going, get home safe, mind your business. Find people that you click with and see them as often as possible.
So speaking of that, like we hooked up with thanks to my boy Alex T, man. Alex T, Hill, him and his brother Ray, we grew up together. My little brother Sean, I say my little brother is like 2 years younger than me. Alex is like 2 or 3 years younger than me, but we all grew up in LaPorte, and I was supporting Alex that night. And that's when I met you and Cooley, you know what I mean? And from that day, bro, you and Cooley have been really good friends of mine, we talk, like I said, there was a time we was talking every day in the studio every day, but that energy for me has never changed. I hope that, like here the last year or so, life has taken us on a little journey, but it ain't never been nothing on my end, you know what I mean? Like I know, like I said, when we can link up, hopefully we'll link up soon. We get in the studio, it's still that same vibe, and you know what I mean? We're creating and having fun, bro. You know what I mean? Like
when you family with somebody, like I say, you might not seen them for 5 years, and then as soon as you do, you link up and you take off right where you left off.
And you know how Mexicans are, dog. We got so many fucking cousins. I got cousins that, for example, I got cousins that I met when we were like little boys, and then I seen when we were like 15, and now we get together as grown men, and people are like, damn, well, you're like the best cousins? I'm like, motherfucker, I met this dude twice in my life. But we're family. Like, I met him when we was like 5, 6. I met him again when we were 15, and now we're grown men linking back up together having a beer. But every time we've ever linked up, if we're family, and that's it. We're gonna have a great fucking time when we do get to link up.
It's a good vibe. You know what I mean? I try to remind myself that sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
bro.
But once you start kicking it with just yourself, by yourself,
Yeah.
you're not such a vibe sometimes. You know what I mean?
And you know what's weird? You know what's weird about me, Diego? Like, I'm a person that I'm such an introvert, but have such an external personality. It's such a weird fucking thing, bro.
Honestly, I mean, that's where
it's so weird, bro.
You know, that's exactly where the music comes from too. Sometimes, and that's another big part of my music too. Like, I'm never really scared to kind of be vulnerable or be humble about it. You know what I mean? I put it all out there for you, baby. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's the true artistry. You know what I mean? Like, as an artist, I shouldn't, as a person, as a being, you should never be afraid to express your feelings. Like, as a man, like, you know, in Chicano, how we were growing up and how we were raised, you know what I mean? Like, I was raised, I couldn't be weak. I couldn't show hurt. I couldn't be crying. I couldn't be pain. I had to be strong, physical all the time. You want to cry, I'll give you a reason to cry for. But as I grew up as a man, if I have to cry, if I have to be sad, if I have to hurt, if I have to show emotion, that never makes me less of a man.
There's no shame in this, bro.
I'm a human being.
There's no shame in being afraid. There's no shame.
Yeah, bro.
There's no shame in being afraid, but there is shame in not having the courage to
stand up
to stand up,
yes, bro,
and do what, especially living in this world that we live in now. You know what I mean? Helping in this world that we live now is fucking costly. Yo,
yep.
Helping people is real costly. So I used to be that cat that wanted to help everybody. You know what I mean? And I did help everybody. And that shit came back to bite me in the ass so many times. I'm just like you, man. I like to give until I can't give anymore. You know what I mean? And sometimes that shit just goes unappreciated. You just got to remember, like, if you hold the door open and somebody doesn't say thank you, that's part of the game. It's just part of the game.
Don't hold the door for them, man.
Yeah, not just get to it.
Yeah, bro. And
I still can't help but to hold that door open because that's how.
Exactly, bro. And I would just thinking
my
about
grandma here, and she sees me not
yeah,
holding the door
bro.
open for somebody.
Yeah,
I get slapped right on the back of my neck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like
And I was just thinking about this yesterday. Like, good guys always finish last. But it's like, I'm okay with that though, bro.
It's the curse of Adam, bro.
Because I'm okay with that because I'm not gonna change my character for no one. If that's what it takes, you know what I mean? Because I am strong enough in my rock, in my beliefs, in my ethics, and in my being, I'm able to absorb it. It sucks, dog.
It's just a tricky situation nowadays because being that guy can also get you in trouble. It can get people hurt. It can get people around you hurt. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I thought I was antisocial before, bro. Lately, I've been antisocial. Not so much on the scene anymore. I got a real close people that I deal with. You know what I mean? And there's a reason for that. And it used to bother me. You know what I mean? It used to kind of upset me. And after a while, you just kind of accept it. And just it is what it is. Things are going to fall where they fall. You got to, let go of those things that you don't have control of. And even the times when you did make mistakes, man, you just gotta let that shit go.
Yeah,
and just move on, But if you're one of these dudes that's out here just making mistake after mistake after mistake, and you're not learning or growing from those mistakes,
that's the word.
Yeah, you a dumbass.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
That's the worst part of it.
And I might be dumb, but I ain't no dumbass.
Yeah, no, you said in that song like that.
My ass might be dumb, but I ain't no dumbass. And it's just but sometimes when you take one of those L's or you take a loss like that, there's something to learn from that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Some of my greatest fighters and my greatest champions, man, they all took a loss. Not only did they take a loss, but they got the living shit kicked out of them. Yeah. You know what I mean? But to see somebody rise up off of that and pick it back up where you left off and keep on pushing, man, nobody who get in the ring is a coward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and that's what I try to tell my boys and like my baseball team and the kids I coach. The same thing. It's okay to be afraid. It's never okay to
not take the shot.
Yes, bro. It's never okay. Like, I hate when people say it's okay to be okay. It's never okay to be okay. It's only okay if you give your best. It's only okay it's okay to be afraid, but it's never okay to lose to yourself. If you get so afraid where you're not even willing to get in that ring, that jump off the bridge. Hey, man,
when I say the ring, I mean like the ring of life.
Yeah, bro.
I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
facts, dog.
everybody has their different fight. Everybody has their own demons. And everybody has what they're trying to get through. And it just takes discipline. It takes work ethic. It takes, prioritizing things. And I'm talking like I got it together. But these are all the areas that I'm at.
So when I had my boy, Dion Garcia from A1 Entertainment, Dion and I were talking, when he was here with me, and it's the same thing, like I know I get on here and I preach and I say it like it makes it seem so simple. Bro, I battle anxiety, depression, just like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like I wake up every day and have to put I wake up in a negative view of everything. I hate everything. I hate everyone. You know what I'm saying? I wake up angry and I have to push myself to be happy. I have to push myself to love. And it's like
a choice.
Things that work. You know what I mean?
Happiness is a choice.
Yes.
You can't be happy if you don't allow yourself to be happy. And and the thing is for some reason people think that they're just supposed to be happy all the time. Like that's not how life goes.
Yeah.
Like you taste happiness. You know what I mean? It doesn't linger. It's not something that's just there for, I don't know. Maybe
happiness is hard to come by. The world we live in, you know what I mean? The pressures of life.
It's just human nature, man, to always want more. So that's why I always remind myself, like, when that moment hits or what that opportunity comes, or you're at the beach or you're holding your wife and you're getting to see your kids, like, man, when happiness hits you right here in the
enjoy
soul,
the hell out of it. Yeah.
And don't stop and try to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and that's why we get along so much, bro, because like I say that same thing, like when life is like that perfect shot, take that shot and enjoy that moment. You know what I mean? When everything is in focus, enjoy that moment, because like it's not always gonna be that way. Like it's not always gonna be that in focus. When it is in focus, and like you said, hold your wife, see your kid, like the happiness that makes you happy. And when you do have it, enjoy the hell out of it and use that as that hope that you're going to get that happiness again.
Yeah.
To get through the rainy days.
I mean, happiness comes in a whole bunch of different forms, a whole bunch of different flavors. Everybody's got their own different happiness, but it's also too, it's one of those things you got to remember, like it's not something too much of anything or fuck it up. You know what I mean? If you're trying to be happy all the time, somehow, some way, you're probably neglecting your work.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing. So there always has to be that driving force and or need or that urgency. But I don't know. At the same time, too, it's just this method of the madness. You know,
such is life, bro. If we ever could figure out this equation, we'd be fucking rich.
Shit keeps me up at night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I spend the whole time walking around in circles, chasing these cars, you know what I mean? And
I do, bro.
Wouldn't know what to do with it if I caught it, bro.
You know when you walk out in the backyard and you see a dog where he's been walking that. In my mind, if you would see that same circle, I'm already down there in the head and neck level.
That's what your brain living. Look at the different little pathways, bro. It's just nuts, dude.
So a few songs, like I wanted to get like a song of mine that I really like that you do is the Mad World, from Tears for Fears or Gary Jude's, whatever one you want to do. I like the cover you do on that, bro. What made you want to do that song? I know you personally, so I know, but I'm just saying, like, that is I like that cover you guys do of that one. Really dope, man.
Sometimes, man, these songs just, you feel like if
you wrote it, right? Because it matches you. Yeah, like, I know you personally, it matches you and your style, your band. Like, that song is almost like you wrote it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Word for word.
Me on familiar faces.
Yeah, bro.
Places, worn out faces. Like, man,
what we just been talking about? It's a mad world.
It's a mad world, baby. You know what I mean? And like, just that would definitely be on my funeral playlist.
And I like how y'all cover it, bro. Like that, it's a really dope.
I'll tell you what, man. Like, I don't mind bragging on my band.
Yeah.
I got a dope band. I can't express to you how these dudes scare me, bro.
Yeah.
They scare me. Sometimes I look at them and I'll be like, man,
why
the same way I look at my wife sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why aren't you?
You guys are out of my league. You know what I'm saying? And just But there's something that we all found amongst each other.
Yeah, bro.
Where making music together kind of became like our sanctuary.
And you're the gel, bro. You're the gel that brings everything together. You know what I'm saying?
Man, everyone in my band is just as important.
No, but okay, I understand it, and take it from a guy that's this way. I understand that, but I also understand I got to be the fucking black lion and Voltron and be the head of this motherfucker. We're gonna walk around without a head, and I'm not. But I don't do it egotistically. I do it humbly. Just because I'm the elected spokesperson doesn't make me one better than the other. We're all the same. We're all in the same robot. Just I gotta be the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even though it's like you said. You know what I mean? Like my whole band they look at me like in that role. I'm sure. You know what I mean? But I think the only reason why they look at me in that role is because I never come off like that.
Yeah,
bro. You know what I mean? Like we make all of our decisions
together,
everything to the table. Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of times where I've had to make executive decisions and say like, "Yo, it's time for this dude to go."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I ain't have time to ask everybody about it, but I mean, every decision that I make, every decision that they make, it's all together on honesty and kind of like comes from the heart. I see other bands, man, and the way they don't get along or the way that they talk to each other and treat each other, like that's one thing that I've never let in my band either was like negative energy. And the people that have brought that, it's always become a problem, and they usually weren't there for that long.
Yeah,
if we couldn't talk about it and fix it.
Yeah,
you know, some people stayed, some people left. The people that stayed, man, it's just because we all are on the same path, the same road, going the same direction. And that's not for fortune or fame. It's just for having a good time amongst each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
strictly for that.
I can't deal with negativity. I don't deal with negativity, negativity, nothing that I keep I can't deal with it, bro, because I'm a negative person. Internally, that's who I naturally am.
I tell you what, man,
I work hard to be positive, bro.
What comes to mind every time I think about negativity, something I learned, probably one of the first things I learned. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I know this, you know what I mean? I just wonder sometimes why other people don't.
Yeah.
You know, if I show you that same kind of I know when I'm negative. I know when I'm not supposed to be around anybody. Yeah. And I'll take my little self and I'll go take my little self somewhere else where I'm not around anybody, and I'll ask for time. I'll be like, excuse me, give me 5 minutes, please. You know what I mean? But some people don't know how to give you that 5 minutes, bro. Some people they know how to bring the best out of you.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
And sometimes when you go there, you just got to make that decision. Like, okay, if I'm going to go here, am I going to make it worth it, or is it better to just walk away? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes you just got to close that door and handle business.
So where do you see your band going now? You know what I mean? Like I said, man, before COVID, bro, I really do feel like you was right there, bro. You know, as quote unquote getting on. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest with you, bro.
You was like that, like right there, dog. And I'm not saying you're not there now. You're still there, but you know how this life is and how opportunity is in the entertainment world, right? Like you may be the most talented motherfucker. You may be the most handsomest, the most beautifulest woman there is. That time they're gonna take that shot, you turned around, or the door closed. Whatever. I'm not saying that's at all saying now, but
you know, man,
like, where do you see the band, going to in the future?
Man, honestly, bro, I don't know. I really don't. And the reason being is because I'm kind of happy right where I'm at. At that time, we had a lot of motion. We were moving forward. Things were happening for us, but a lot of the reason why it's not like that right now is because I kind of made a decision to kind of like step away from things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And focus on other things and focus on the other part of my life. You know what I mean? And not to mention too, I don't know how to say it without sounding cocky or conceited, but like I kind of got a little bit of a taste of it. And then you kind of got to ask yourself, is this really what you want? Is it worth it? Is it this, that, or the other? Is it really doing it for you to that? The music, yes, bro.
Yeah.
Rocking different stages in different cities, I absolutely loved it. You know what I mean? But there's another part, a real dark side that comes with music and life in general. And it has to do with dark times. It has to do with addiction. It has to do with like love, relationship. You know what I mean? And it all kind of gets tuned into, mixed in the same pot. And right now, where music is and where the world is going, and I don't know, seeing that gold at the end of the rainbow,
Yeah.
kind of did stop seeing so shiny when I knew that I was probably gonna die trying to get there. When I should kind of be happy with what I got instead of rather than what I don't. And then after that, I kind of just eased back, man, because honestly, I hate social media, dude. I've never been a big fan of it.
I do too, bro. To be honest with you,
and it's not that I hate it. That's a strong word to use. I mean, it's got it, but to be on there all the time, to post every little thing that I'm doing, and I used to, when you saw me with all that,
I like when you see me, and I enjoy my privacy.
I worked to get there.
Yes, bro.
You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of work, and the work that it takes, it's a lot more than just making music. And that side of the world of it just wasn't something that made me very happy. It's not something that I'm very, very passionate about. And I don't know, maybe it's because I've gotten older or whatever it might be. I just want to make good music and kind of just, if you like it, you like it. We were talking about earlier, you know, when I write music, I write it for myself.
Yeah.
But I do live a life of service, and there is nothing sweeter, even for what music does for myself when I write a good song. But when my music makes somebody's day, or when somebody's come up to me and they tell me like, "Yo, man, I was really, really feeling that." You know what I mean? You helped me today. You helped me through something. Or I get a text message from some random person on Facebook or, you know, whatever it might be. Yo, man, I really enjoyed the song. You don't think you know what it did. Like that right there, you know, to get that kind of emotion out of somebody and you weren't striving for that, that is the cherry on top of everything. You know what I'm saying? So that for me is that was worth it. I'd rather I'll take that rather than, you know, the little money they paid me for the gig on sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
bro.
Music's a powerful thing, man. It'll change lives. It can destroy one.
That serpent tongue, bro. You know what I'm saying? That people don't understand. Like,
it's about balance.
Words are so meaningful, right? You know, like the sweetest words have been spoken from a man to a woman. The devil has spoken words to Adam to Eve. You know what I'm saying? God has spoken words to Moses, to Noah, to Abraham. You know what I mean? Like words are valuable, bro. And then
it's a powerful thing.
To have that gift where, you know what I mean, that you can express your feelings into a song. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing, bro.
Yes. And sometimes too, like we're still constantly working on music to this day. And again, I don't know where the songs actually come from. All of a sudden, it's just the mood just hits and the vibe is right and the mood is in the exact right place.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
And it's just a vibe, man. That's what our whole band has always been based on too.
Yeah.
You're not gonna come out and see it. You come out and see us one show, you're not gonna see the same show the next time you see us. And that could be the day after.
Yeah.
Like, because we're just all about the vibe. You know what I mean? That's structure, but I don't know where it comes from, man.
Yeah. Let me give a few more shout outs before we head out. We got my boy Richard Laredo, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Richard. My boy Joey Garcia. Hey, man, y'all go check out the Meat Haven. If you need you have a dinner or benefit, or you need some catering taken care of, go check out Joey Garcia in the Meat Haven out of Baytown, Texas. I also got my cousin Cindy Griffin. I forgot to say Griffin. So out to my boy Sylvester, my little cousin Lydia. You need some cakes, you need some plates. They do food. Y'all go check out Cindy Griffin, Lydia Griffin, Sylvester Griffin. Man, they get you taken care of right there on by the Gulf Gate area, Telephone Road in 610. Man, y'all go check them out. So where can they find you at, bro? You know, I know you don't like, you know how we do with this social media shit. Where can they go find you at, bro? I know you're everywhere.
We're actually pretty easy to find. All you gotta do is just Google King Baby Familia. Any platform you're using will come up. King Baby Familia. It's pretty easy. If you want to go to our official website, that's kingbabyfamilia.com. Again, King Baby Familia, you'll find us everywhere on all platforms. So I got a new album that we're working on right now, and this new album is really, really special to me and to the whole band, and I think it's going to be really, really special to a bunch of people when it finally drops. We've been working really, really hard on it. It's something completely different than what I've ever done before. And if you like how unique we are, if you like, some of the things that we change up and some of the things that we speak on, then you're absolutely going to love this new album that we're putting out. It's called The Crown, and hopefully it'll be out before the end of the year.
That's dope, bro. That's really dope, man.
We have a live performance coming up at Central Green on June 21st. We'll be playing from 8 to 9:30. It's a family-friendly gig, family-friendly event. We're having a whole bunch of other musicians going on before us and other types of acts. It's one of my favorite places to play. They always treat us real nice out there. It's a real nice place, real nice family-friendly spot.
Here in the city of Houston?
It's in the Katy area.
Katy area?
It'll be Central Green, again, June 21st. If you go to my page, King Baby Familia, I'll be having the flyer up there here pretty soon. We just got the gig, so you can find us there next if you want to come out and listen to some live music.
That's dope, man. Do yourself a favor, man. Go, like I said before, he got here, and then since he's been here, do yourself a favor and go check this man's music out, man. He's got a plethora of songs and music. His videos are always dope. We played a few of the videos. And two things I want to talk on before we leave, bro. I gotta tell you a story. And I'll tell you this, my dog, this is my boy. We have been through some adventures. So a few years back now, we was at the studio. Shout out to my partner Cartier and the Pharmacy Studios. All my people at the pharmacy. Pharmacy World. We was at the pharmacy one day. We was recording some music, and we had ordered a pizza or something, right? It was something we went outside to go get. Maybe smoke a cigarette or something. We ordered food. It was something, right? So we got there. We was getting set up, and then we went outside here to pick up some food or to take a smoke break or something. And then it looked like it was about to rain. So we went, in the old pharmacy, it was made out of a brick building, like not a brick, but a solid concrete building, And we're in the studio. Our studios are soundproof. We're in there. We're recording for a couple hours. We come outside and like all hell, fire, and brimstone happened. It looked like Noah's Ark event was happening. It went from like just sprinkling to like all out war. You know what I'm saying?
You're from H-Town. You already know how it goes, baby.
And it's crazy because I have a big Jack, 2500, Chevy truck, and I drove all the way from the north side back to Baytown. But bro, I remember driving back. My kids was calling me crying. They were scared. The lights was off. It was windy. But my wife was calling me. I was driving 35 miles an hour down 45 to 610 till I got to the I-10. When I got to Baytown, like all the lights, it was pitch black on the road. There was tree branches, fucking like the Wizard of Oz kind of shit, bro. And my boy ended up getting the turtle van. He got explaining to what happened, dog.
I was driving the bandwagon that night too. That's how I was driving my merch van. And so it's an old school Chevy Astro van. So, man, it just started coming down. And first thing we said, let's get out of here before it gets too crazy. And it had just started coming down.
Bro, it got crazy fast, dog.
Straight up, within 5 minutes, I'm driving through the neighborhood just trying to make it to the freeway. And I finally make it to the freeway, and I'm already halfway underwater, man. And I'm like, damn, I'm trying everything I can to just get out of that mess. So I'm just sitting there on the up ramp to the freeway to get on 45. Saying, no, man, all of a sudden I just see people start running from behind me like if there was a T-Rex.
Like a movie, right?
Yeah, bro. This dude started knocking on the window. He was holding the baby. He was like, come on. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I look back and I can just see the water already like past my leg. And I'm on the up ramp going to the freeway. And I was like, damn. Like if there was some kind of monsoon going on or something. I don't know. It was weird. So I'm rushing to get my phone or whatever it is. And all of a sudden, I cracked my door open. And when I cracked my door open, all of a sudden, the water just comes all in my van like that. It was that fast how fast everything happened. And so all I got in my hand is my phone and my bag. And I'm moving like this, trying to get out. And all of a sudden, first thing when my door swings open, because the water hits it, it like almost breaks the door. So I tried to stop and grab the door. And then when I'm in the process of doing that, I just hear, bloop, there goes my phone. And I'm like, oh, my God. It just got even worse and worse. I barely got out of there. But it's just typical H-Town weather, baby. So on a good note, saying all that, once everything was done, man, my man Ice here, just to show how good of a heart this dude has, we put together a benefit for me so we could bring that little brand wagon back because it was actually a pretty big thing for the culture here in the hip-hop and reggae scene, that little van. We got a sticker on it for every show we ever did. It's just covered in stickers.
That's what I was saying to you. When I tell you my boy puts in time, energy, and effort into the artistry, like It was no, that's a moment that's gonna stay with me for the rest of my. Because I'm telling you, when we got there, we had stuff we had to do, and then we either ordered food or we went to go take a smoke break and then it was just sprinkling, and then we went back in. Then when we came back out to leave, we was like, damn, let's get it done. It was like, I'm telling you, bro, I went 30 miles an hour. When I got to I-10, there was trees and shit like Wizard of Oz, dog.
I mean, if you're from Houston, you already know.
In the matter of moments, bro.
And my mom always be calling me too now every time it rains here in Houston. You all right? I heard it was pretty. I was like, Mom, it's just sprinkling outside. It's nuts, dude.
And then the second story I want to tell before we get out here, man, when thank you for inviting me though, but I got to be in the last session that Bushwick Bill ever was on the planet Earth, bro. And I know Bushwick is a big mentor and a big influence to you, you know what I mean? My boy Diego called me, was like, come to Sugar Hill, man. I got Bushwick in here. And if you ever, anytime I've ever dealt with Bushwick or had any interactions with him,
it's a real motherfucker.
It goes from 1,000 to 1 to 50 to 100.
Real quick.
Oh, quick. In like the same moment though. It's like 1,000, and then it goes back to, no, bro, I love you. Thank you so much. And then it's like off the handle, then back to, you know what I mean? But thank you for inviting me that day. My boy K Reno was there. I think Icy Hot was there. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was a really dope session, man. And you ended up taking him to Dallas, right, or something after that?
Yeah, we went to a couple of places. You know what I mean? It's a pretty bittersweet time of my life for me, to be honest with you, man. You know what I mean? But I'm grateful that I did get to spend the time with him that I did. I'm grateful that, you were there too, man. It was a pretty historic day.
I mean, who else could say we was in the last, not saying it like I'm glorifying that he passed away, by no means, but we literally was in the last studio session that a Houston legend that ever was in, man. That shit was, it was dope, and thank you for the invite, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for being there, bro.
Yeah, bro. And then I know you had to ride with him up to
No, man, it was a joy for me, though. You know what I mean? To be able to spend, time in the car traveling with your heroes and getting to know somebody on a personal level like that, you know what I mean? And not to mention, the time that we'd spent before that.
Yeah, bro.
It was all part of the experience.
And I think that's like I sponsor wrestling and boxing and shit. Like in wrestling, that's how like people get better. And I can see that because that's like in my job, in my profession, in the oil and gas, the plants. We're almost the same thing as wrestlers or sports players. It's like the season that spending the time with the veterans that I know when I was a young buck and a young boy and a young kid sitting around the veterans and like, hey, bro, you need a water? I will get you water. You need lunch? I will get you lunch. Hey, don't climb up there. I'll climb up there for you. And then get to go back to the trailer and get to sit up and get lucky enough to be like, hey, young buck, come sit and listen. You know what I mean? Just to be able to absorb the stories and the lessons, and like that's what made me the man I am today, bro. And I think a lot of people are missing that, not only in sports but in music, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, imagine getting a kick, you know what I mean, with one of your sports hero,
bro.
Hero, you're somebody that
Akeem Olajuwon, you're gonna take a trip to fucking Dallas, and you get to talk to Akeem the whole way there.
You can see one of your favorite musicians. So what were you thinking when you wrote this song? Or putting on one of the songs of their old songs they haven't heard in forever.
Yeah, bro.
And every word to it, and they're like, they don't even remember all the words. And you're just like, dude, what, man, it was like that. I was like a little kid, you know what I mean? Meeting Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Almost. And I know, for me, Bushwick was just, it was an experience, bro.
Yeah, bro. Houston legend, man. Shout out to Bushwick Bill, man.
And kind of like what you was talking about, like it seasons you. It kind of, again, talking about fighters, like, you go and you fight somebody great, like, when Joe Frazier beat Muhammad Ali, and then he gets whooped by George Foreman. Yeah, bro. And then Muhammad Ali stepped in there and they beat him, you know what I mean? But think about the fighter that you are after fighting somebody. Like that. You know what I mean? Like iron sharpens iron, man. The only way to get there is through fire. But that thing with Bushwick, it fucked me up pretty good, bro. It fucked me up pretty good. To this day, it's a touchy subject. You know what I mean? Kind of touchy time in my life.
My little brother Sean said, "What's up, King Baby? I seen you perform in LaPorte. You was at the Cajun place on Underwood."
Mr. Sean,
he came out and saw you, him and his wife.
I remember your brother. Yeah, we had a good time that day.
Shout out to my little brother Sean. Shout out to my son Yanni on TikTok. Everybody on TikTok. My boy John, the TLM, the Texas Lowrider Movement family, man. John, I see you doing a lot of great things. You know, shout out to the family, the TLM group. You know, John, man, he does a lot of stuff for here in the community, here in the city of Houston, the Texas Lowrider Movement, man. So I'm always a big supporter and, you know, got his back and everything that he needs and anything I can do.
We've been looking to play some lowrider shows, man. So get at me because we do hip hop too.
Let's get there, bro.
We'll bring the whole band.
You know what I've been wanting to do and I haven't done yet, but I gotta do soon, bro. I want to do a Chicano fest, like just everything. You know, like even Ruben Moreno. You know, he does the Zydeco. You guys, you know what I mean? Wrestling, lowride. Like I want to do like
Latino world,
everything, bro. Like everything you can think of that we do. I want there, you know, from wrestlers to fucking the Hilote guys, the snow cones, the fucking lowriders, every representation of the Chicano culture, I want there, bro, because some people don't realize we get stereotyped and pigeonholed into certain types that they don't realize everything everything we are and everything we can be. And kids need to see that, bro. You know,
I think people are scared of it. I think people in America are scared because they say whatever they say about us Chicanos and Latinos, and we've had our history and what it's been, but there's a reason why Chicanos have been held back for some reason, because they know that the power that we possess.
But when will we fulfill, you know, and I do preach that a lot, you know what I mean? We make up 60% of the majority in Texas.
I tell you what, we have to call us Mexicans out of Texas and see how well that works for you.
But we make up 60% of people in Texas. You know what I mean?
Historically, you can look at what happened to Florida.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they try to get rid of all the illegal immigrants. Who's going to build your houses? Who's going to cook your food? Who's going to, and not only that, like just the love that the culture brings, man, and everything else. Like it's just,
and our buying power. That's what we don't understand as a culture. Because as a culture, our culture is to be more reserved and relaxed and not to cause ruckus, right? But when you have business and buying power, that shit speaks volumes, bro. And that's what I'm trying to get people to wake up to. Our buying power, our money, our dollars makes up for the humbleness. You know, like I wrote in a reggae song before, why we stay humble when we're kings and queens from the jungle? We are kings and queens, but we stay humble like we're servants and peasants, dog. Like, I'm not saying for us to cause an uproar and this and that, but we should have representation. Why we have no movies? Why we have no representation in government in the state of Texas? You know, we have Ted Cruz is from Cuba, but like, why don't we have more mayors and governors? And you know, but I'm just saying though, like, why don't we have more brown faces in movies, in cinema, in sitcoms, in music? You know, we're treated like a third-class citizen when we make up to the majority. And I'm not hating, all respect to everybody in every race. But fair is fair, though, you know, and not only the Chicano people here in Houston and Texas, the Mexican, but, you know, the Latino, like we said, like they say in Blood Out. You have illegals pouring in from Guatemala. It's like a Latino world. But in Texas, bro, you know, of course, Mexicans, we make up the majority, but we have Central Americans, South Americans, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Honduras. You know what I mean?
Like Latinos, man, people from all over the world. You know, this whole deportation, and I get it, okay? But where's the humanity that come along with it?
And that's something that, you know what I mean? Like I say, like,
putting kids in cages, taking moms away from their children, putting it up on the, you know, it used to be where we lived in a world where monsters try to hide their mess. They're not trying to hide it anymore, everybody. They're putting it right in front of your face to make you numb to it, to make you accept it, just like we've accepted all the other bullshit. You're not surprised anymore. You're just numb to it. You're just numb to what this place has become. Again, it's one of the reasons why I stepped away from the music scene. I had a lot to say. I had a lot to do, and we did a lot. We got blacklisted from so many places. There's some places to this day that still won't have us back. And not because we said the wrong thing or we looked a certain way. It was just because of, I guess, how we felt about certain things. And I've never been afraid to talk about those kind of things. But instead of backing away, not saying how I really feel, I'd rather just back away from the spotlight altogether and just, I'm not going to fight a war that everybody's not going to be involved with.
And you know what's crazy? I was just talking to somebody, like, to finish this up, I was just talking to a friend of mine at work today, and if we can just get back to respecting each other, bro. I may not agree with anything that you agree with. We may have different ideologies and political views on any and everything. But I can respect that. At least you have an opinion, and your belief is your belief. That is a man of respect. That demerits character. Even though it may not be my political views or my religious views, or we may be polar opposites and everything. And I have plenty of friends that don't agree with what I agree with. But that does not make them not my friend. Because I'm able, if you come with me with respect, and how you represent yourself to me with respect, and I respect you, I can be friends with anybody. Of course, if you touch children or hurt children, I'll kill you. I don't play with that. That's the one line I can't cross. You know what I'm saying?
People are even getting numb to that.
I know, bro, and that's sick, though. You know,
I'll tell you what, man. Like, we just don't live in that world anymore, bro. Not everybody's looking for the new thing. You know what I mean? Children are exposed to so much at such a young age nowadays. They're just numb to everything. Everything has just made us blind, deaf, dumb, and fucking stupid. You know what I mean? And rather than, again, it's one of the reasons why I kind of stepped away from everything and needed to just focus on things that really, really matter, man. And that's like my wife and kids.
Bro, don't ever stop what you're doing, bro. I know, you know, we all have our things and the stuff we're doing. But
there was a time when I used to make music for everybody else, man. And now I just make music for myself.
Yeah, bro.
You know, and if people want to jump in the same direction that we're going, if this music or my character or my band makes you feel some kind of way, you want to come and have a good time with us, man, please come do that. Come join us in praise, man. Come, you know what I mean? Look to the sky and catch a vibe with us, man. But just keep all that negativity and all that bullshit at home.
So, man, let's finish it up. Like I said, y'all can go find him on all of the digital platforms, streaming services, King Baby Familia. Like you said, you can go look him up on Google, King Baby Familia. You can look him up on Facebook and everything like that, see where their next shows are at. Anything else you want to plug? Anything else you got coming up?
No, again, just a new album. You know, the show, if you want to come and see us live coming up, well, we do a good amount of shows, probably about 1-2 every month, every couple of months. So just join us on our band page, King Baby Familia, or our website, kingbabyfamilia.com. Stay updated. Come see us at the next gig, man. Come have a good time with us. It's an honor to be here. I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's nothing but mad love from King Baby and the whole familia. Take care of yourselves. Love one another. Good vibes, positive energy. Just happy to be here.
I appreciate you coming, bro. Like I said, you know, we talked, it's been a little bit, but man, it's always love.
Saw you yesterday.
Tell me though, man. I forgot to shout him out, man. I know he's hard with you, man. The videos and shit.
Mito's actually my sub-personality, man. Mito's supposed to represent that devil or angel on my shoulder.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I mean? That's steadily talking to you,
and you got people in your corner, bro. You know what I mean? You got people that fuck with you hard, dog, and tough. You know what I'm saying?
I give him a reason.
You're the king of the babies, dog. You gotta be.
Join our King Baby
fan, bro.
Our King Baby Babies page as well. You know what I mean? Catch you some free merch. We're big on our merch. Anything you buy from us that King Baby's related, trust me, it's gonna last you for years and you're gonna be happy.
So look, man, as we finish it out, I appreciate everybody for tuning in with us. Like I said, man, congratulations to everybody that graduated. You know what I mean? Keep continuing pursuing your education. And also don't forget to ever show love to your mom and dad and your parents, your grandparents, your brothers and your sisters, everybody that's contributed you to get you to where you're at. You never got there by yourself. You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, if you feel something, let it go, man. Life's too short for that. You know, tomorrow's never guaranteed, even though we live like we're going to live forever. Tomorrow's never guaranteed, man. And I got something I'm going to
balance.
Something I'm going to ask you for, dog. And as your friend, I hope that you can give me something, dog. I'm going to ask you offline. There's something I need from you, bro. Friend to friend, we're going to talk about it after we get out. But hey,
we're not friends, baby. We
family, dog. You know that, bro. From day one, man. From day one, the first day I ever met this dude, It's always been dope, man. Like I said, shout out to my boy Alex T for hooking us up.
No such things as friends, people.
Damn.
We're either family or you're not.
That's facts, bro. The word is yours. What you do with it is up to you. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all next week.
Mad love, you know.
How you doing? See ya.
Bad.
No weaponry, I mean especially the world. Yeah, this world belong to everybody. And I got so much more to